There is concerns, and Ian Henschke shared these concerns earlier about the 1% levy, is that money could well be swallowed up in administrative costs by various providers. Would you share those concerns?
Well, I think that's a fair point. That the more important probably point here is to fix the incentives and institutions in the sector than rather just throw dollars at it. We've seen in other sectors where we just throw money at things, it doesn't necessarily lead to better results. The education system is a case in point there, where we're spending a lot more on schools, but not getting improved school test results, at least from children. So we've got to make sure the incentives are right, the institutions are right. We've got to empower the individuals. That's the way these things work best. That the families and older people in the system need to have a voice and need to have a say to demand better services, to be able to perhaps choose where they can. Those sort of things we need to get right as well, rather than just the money or what revenue stream funds it.
But surely aged care has to be prioritised amongst a few other things. I mean, there's examples of wasted money from the government in recent times, whether it's buying airport land or whether it's money for the subs deal with the French, which many people believe is too much. So surely, regardless of whatever it costs, it's got to be done to fix the aged care system.
Well, I don't necessarily accept your characterisations there. Building a second airport for Sydney is important. Defending our nation's important.
Yeah, it was overpaid, but we're getting off the market.
Looking after our older Australians is important too. And it is a priority of the government. That's why we've established a Royal Commission. That's why we've made those down payments of about $1 billion in extra funding, separate to the COVID funding that's been provided. And of course, there will be more. We'll just work through now the ways to respond to this report and make sure our older Australians are looked after.
OK, just finally, Labor is officially on board for gas. Are you surprised by that?
There's a lot of talk I see in their draft platform. But talk is cheap. Action is what matters. And if the Labor Party truly supported gas as a transition fuel and their way to get to this mythical net zero emissions target they've described, they'd be backing the reforms to the Clean Energy Finance Corporation that are in the Parliament right now. Those reforms allow the CFC to invest in gas projects to back up renewables. But the Labor Party are holding out support. Now, I know the likes of Joel Fitzgibbon think they should be supporting it, but he doesn't have any sway at the moment. He's a lone voice in the wilderness. And so I don't believe at all we've seen the Labor Party come on board here with backing the type of energy we need to become independent as a nation, to bring back manufacturing jobs and make sure we keep power prices low for Australians.